Hello, everybody. This is Justin Case of American Newscape, joining our friend and the one and only media personality, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of American Mentoring. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Better today, yeah. We can do a broadcast. That'd be nice. Had a little technical difficulties on the end there, but it all got figured out.
Yeah, we had little problems on my end, and just like the moving parts, it's not easy these days. There's like 100 components, and you've got to figure out which one it is. But we did get to the bottom of that.
Walmart to the rescue.
Yeah, Walmart.
Walmart to the rescue.
That's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, Walmart.
I love them. I mean, it's simple. Get what you want and get the hell out. I love it.
I didn't even do that. They put it on my doorstep this morning, so that was a good thing.
You get lazy. I was going to expletive on that, but look at you.
Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Walmart delivery. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Yes. All right. Hey, yes. Speaking of, Jerry, Reflections. What's happening with Reflections?
Reflections is great. You know, the mirror is, 8,000 years old. It's amazing what people have seen throughout these thousands of years. But the biggest question I asked my audience last night on Facebook, I was going to have the same show kind of coincide, but it kind of didn't work out on your end.
No, it didn't.
Was that the reflection factor is so important, because think of your reflection, what you see every day, as the starting point of your day. And it's a simple psychological tool that I use every day, because how I see myself is what I'm going to bring to myself. And a lot of people, when they look in the mirror every day, they don't really like what they see, whether physically, mentally, spiritually. That if people realize that starting point is going to be your day, they'll realize what they put in there.
Well, you're exactly right, Jerry. And, as long as you've known me, I've always been a face in the mirror kind of person, and that's how I start my day. And
You taught me that, as far as the mirror technique is just letting yourself know that you're important, that you're valuable, that you can create anything you want in life. And it taught me a lot these past 10 years, and the little conversations that we had leading up to what we do now. It was a preamble, per se, of that.
Well, it is. And the other part of my technique is that it's a check with me, and it's a check with myself.
Yes.
I'm facing the mirror. I'm checking with myself. Where am I? Who am I? What are we going to do today? And it's always been beneficial to me. I
smile. I don't mean to interrupt, but I had a thought. I smile and I laugh because the majority of us are out looking, is that cancer or this is it? If they start checking the mirror how they are as a whole, and they realize how important they are, they'll get past all the little blemishes and the eye bags. I call it the mic pillows under my eyes, and realize how important and powerful we really are.
Right. Yeah. It's not about I'm too sexy for my shirt. It's about I'm here. I'm here.
Yes.
Let's do this thing. Let's do it. But
I wrote a quote. I wrote a quote several years ago, and it just sat in my file cabinet forever. And I brought it up last night. It goes, how you see yourself is what you bring to yourself. And that starting point of thought is your energy source that's going to attract a lot in people's lives, attract what you are every single day. It's a simple metaphor to live by, and what you taught me, not directly, but indirectly, I started using my mirror in this motel room that I lived for a decade, and started pasting Post-it notes of who I wanted to be, and started to reflect on that from the reflection I saw every single day. It's a great power source of thought, because when I realized the true power that I had, what around me was just a stepping stone to where I wanted to go, and still going.
Right. And I would recommend to people, it's not a process, as you said, it's not a process to check out your gray hair, check out your wrinkles, check out your droopy eyes. It's a process of recognizing that you're the most remarkable person in your life.
It's a mental reality check that we should have on ourselves every single day. There's always a way around the problem. There's always a solution to the problem. There's always a way to make yourself better. When you change how you think of yourself, you will change what you bring to yourself. And that mirror reflection, and it's amazing because the mirror's history goes back, what, almost 8,000 years to the Chinese. But getting back to later on in the 1700s and 1600s, they used it only as a wealthy status symbol. All that only wealthy people could have to prove to themselves to stay wealthy, whereas the so-called peasants weren't allowed to have it. It's a psychological tool that we can use on ourselves to better ourselves, not by how we look, but what we're sending out every day.
Well, the only contention I'll take with you, Jerry, is this 8,000 year thing. I believe reflection started when the first Tyrannosaurus Rex leaned down to get a drink out of a pool of water. And he said,
Perhaps,
and,
perhaps.
and he said, damn, that is one attractive Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, only you would come up with an animal mentality on that meatball, but I'll take it. Hey, it's all good, man. I was wondering, did the Tyrannosaurus Rex, write you back with his opinion on that, or you just kind of came up with that? Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, I don't know. They're a
You
solitary
have the
animal.
animal mind. I have the human mind. I get it.
They are
It's all good.
they are solitary animals. You're right, and they can't journal, but they do what I do. It's mental
Yeah,
notes, mental notes.
you're a Southwest animal. There you go. A big cactus. You're walking around, but no, you're right. The water was a reflection point, indeed. You know what I mean? So, but how you see yourself every day, you got to ask yourself that question. The more questions you ask, the better answers you're going to get. You'll start figuring out why things are happening in your life. And the mirror technique every morning, that simple little time that we spend getting ourselves made up physically, we can make ourselves up mentally as well.
And it's the same technique that people need to implement with regard to most fears, because most anxieties and fears are fabricated in our minds. And once you journal them and put them down and deal with them and confront them day in, day out, they will slowly start to fade away.
I think one of the most famous, the ones that I know, the Winston Churchill's always gave this speech in front of a mirror. And famous and presidents did it. They always got to prove to themselves how powerful they really are. We a lot of us forget how powerful we are. A lot of us forget how unique we are. A lot of us forget that we're special. And these guys, even in their highest positions, needed that mirror reflection of what they were presenting to the world as themselves to reassure themselves. We have that same power. We're all the same people. So what speech are you giving yourself every single day to modify where you want to go in life? And these are the important questions that people got to ask themselves. Again, how you see yourself is what you're going to bring to yourself. The Winston Churchills and the presidents of past and the Lincolns all did this in front of the mirror to reassure what they were trying to present out there.
Well, and it's like, let's use Kennedy and let's use Reagan as examples. They also recognize the power of the pause for the cause, the pause to emphasize. And when we're checking in the mirror, there's nothing wrong with pausing.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
Drink it in.
We're only flawless by our own opinion. I'm not saying walk around with a tutu. All I'm saying is just be yourself, man, and enjoy what you see, no matter what it is, because that's the reflection of what you're going to bring every day. If you look in the mirror and you think I'm a failure, yeah, you're absolutely right. As Henry Ford said, indeed, you're right. You're going to go out and create more failure. If you think you're on this realm of possibility, indeed, that's going to create more possibilities. You got to have this optimistic mentality about yourself that there's always a way. And for you to keep pressing your desires and to remind yourself, however it may be. I mean, I went through a couple 100,000 sticky notes to keep reminding myself, because evolution is a process. You plant the seed, you got to keep cultivating that every single day. You got to keep watering it with thought and good vibes about yourself, and surrounding yourself with where you want to go.
I agree with you, Jerry. No matter how old you are, no matter what position in life you are, whether you're 10 years old or 85 years old,
I didn't find myself till I was 50. I was late, man. But it was the best gift I ever gave myself.
Well, I think
A,
you've
a, a lot of struggle.
I think you've expressed it extremely well. Yeah, and you've given us this tool. Don't walk around in a tutu, was it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just saying, as a disclaimer to be yourself, but don't say I didn't walk around with a tutu, man.
Don't walk
I
around.
don't need the legal ramifications of my own spontaneous talking here.
I liked it though, one thing I'll assure you, I will not be walking around in a tutu tomorrow, and I'll.
No, no,
Uh,
but I conjure up these thoughts, man. I amaze myself sometimes. I have no idea,
we
but
both do
I
that.
have a good time doing it. I am my own weird, unique self, and I'm blessed to be that.
You are, Jerry, and we're blessed to have you here. And I thought this was a good episode. Why don't you leave us with a couple final thoughts? No, you're not going to leave us with a couple final thoughts.
Oh no, I'm just that's just a I don't know. I'm just shaking my head, man. That's I don't know. Too much coffee. But indeed, I'll say it again. How you see yourself is what you bring to yourself. When you remind yourself of that powerful set of words every single day, you realize you're basically a power tool. Where you focus your energy is what you're going to create in life. And if you want the good in life, put a direct emphasis every day when you start your day in front of that mirror that you're only going to bring good. Indeed, things are going to happen. They always do. And it's part of life, but how do you react to that? Stay the course. Stay yourself. Be the best you, and all good will come back to you.
Well, I like that, and the only gift I would give others is that face in the mirror. Your face in your mirror is the most remarkable person in your life.
Indeed, indeed. Well said.
All right, everybody. Hey, this has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you American Mentoring. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links are provided in this video's read more. Today is the day to subscribe to this channel, and when you get a chance, you might want to check out Jerry Maldonado on his Facebook feed, which there'll be a link in the read more. Thank you.